What if a few private texts, totally never meant for the public eye, could flip the whole story of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's split? Cause that's exactly the kind of whispers insiders are spilling right now. Rumors are buzzing about secret messages Keith might have sent, the kind of stuff that could expose what really tore apart one of Hollywood's longest, most admired marriages. Fans are calling it the final piece of the puzzle, while others swear it's just a big misunderstanding born from heartbreak and distance. But here's the real tea: if those texts are legit, what do they really show about the man behind the music and the woman who once called him her forever? Stick around, cause what's hidden behind the lyrics and those polite smiles might just flip everything we thought we knew about their love story. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that notification bell. Trust me, you'll wanna see what goes down next. 2. Background: the power couple and their image. When Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban got hitched in 2006, the world went wild, a straight-up Hollywood fairytale. She was already an Academy Award-winning actress, known for her grace and killer performances. He was a country music legend, loved for his charm, honesty, and hard-on-sleeve lyrics. Together, they became one of entertainment's most adored duos, the kind of couple fans looked at and thought, yeah, real love still exists. For years, they seemed perfectly synced. Keith showed up at Nicole's premieres, she cheered him on front row at concerts. Their interviews: pure affection, gratitude, and mutual respect. They built a fam together, raising daughters Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, while juggling careers that kept them oceans apart. To the world, they looked unshakable. Hand in hand on red carpets, charity galas, sweet candid moments, Nicole and Keith seemed to have love in the limelight down pat. People called their marriage the real deal, a rare bond untouched by fame. But insiders spill that perfection had its hidden struggles. Long separations, non-stop travel, and emotional distance started leaving cracks you couldn't see. The once unbreakable duo was learning how insanely hard it is to keep love alive under constant pressure. Behind those flawless smiles and shiny awards, something deeper, and way more complicated, was shifting. 3. Signs of trouble: what went off script. For nearly 20 years, Nicole and Keith seemed to nail the impossible balance between fame and family. But behind the scenes, their love story hit challenges no camera could catch. The signs: quiet, gradual, easy to miss. But if you were paying attention, the changes were real. Keith's world tours stretched longer, Nicole's filming had her jet-setting across continents, and suddenly, their lives drifted apart. They weren't seen together much anymore, a far cry from those early days when they were practically glued at the hip. Nicole hit red carpet solo, Keith rocked shows halfway across the globe. Outsiders thought it was just career focus, but behind that mask was the slow fade of togetherness. Friends noticed them living what some called separate lives, still bound by love, but divided by distance and crazy schedules. Keith's road life, full of noise and fans, clashed with Nicole's quiet, family-centered world. Warm, easy chats turned into short calls across time zones, fleeting reunions between projects. They'd both opened up before about how tough it is to stay close while apart. Keith admitted the road can be lonely. Nicole confessed that juggling motherhood and a global career drained her. Every missed event, every unshared milestone, every night alone in separate countries widened the cracks. What once looked like a perfect duo, slowly orbiting apart, still connected, but no longer in sync. Then came the rumors that shoved their private world into the headlines. 4. The secret texts claim emerges. Every story's got a turning point, and this was theirs. Whispers of distance turned into public curiosity, and a new claim hit the scene, reigniting the world's obsession with their so-called perfect love story. Insiders say there were alleged secret texts during the last months of their marriage, messages that, if real, could spill tea on emotional cracks that had been growing long before the split went public. The rumors painted a picture of messages that stung, distant, cold, leaving Nicole blindsided and heartbroken. Some claimed these texts showed a side of Keith no one had seen, more withdrawn, more unsure. But here's the kicker: there's zero verified proof these texts were ever public or legit. No screenshots, no leaks, no confirmations, just chatter from unnamed friends and insiders. Curiosity morphed into a full-on story blurring fact and imagination. Still, it caught on, cause it lined up with what fans already sensed: the growing distance, the quiet sadness, the signs that things had shifted long before anyone knew. Some think the texts came from exhaustion, touring, filming, life piling up. Others? They swear it's all a fan-made myth, just trying to make sense of a love story's quiet ending. Either way, people can't get enough of this stuff. Cause if those messages really existed, they wouldn't just spill the tea on what ended the marriage. They might also spill the stuff that was never spoken out loud. Quick pause, yo, if you're still watching, smash that like button, it seriously helps this story hit more eyes. 5. What the texts would mean: emotional and career fallout. If those so-called secret texts were real, their impact would hit way harder than gossip blogs or social media chatter. For Nicole Kidman, it could have been an emotional bomb, the kind that shakes even the strongest hearts. Think about it: 19 years building a life, a fam, a legacy with someone you trust, only to see words hinting at distance or disappointment. Even without proof, just imagining those texts is painful. A woman blindsided by feelings she never saw coming. That kind of emotional blow could explain why she got quieter in public, silence that screams louder than words. For Keith Urban, the fallout would be just as deep. He's always worn his heart on his sleeve through his music. If the rumors held any truth, the weight of guilt, confusion, or heartbreak probably snuck into his performances, in pauses, in tone, in lyrics now dripping with hidden meaning. Fans have long believed musicians tell their real stories in songs, not interviews. Then there's the professional side, their image as Hollywood's golden couple. They were all about loyalty, teamwork, and endurance, stuff fans adored. But when whispers of tension surfaced, that flawless image started to crack. Public curiosity turned into full-on speculation, and every move, every public moment, got dissected. Real or not, those texts changed the way the world saw their story, not just a breakup, but the slow unraveling of a love legend. But the drama got juicier when we peeped what Keith did next. 6. Lyric changes and public vibes. After the split, when Keith Urban hit the stage, something felt different. The once high-energy, fun shows turned softer, more emotional. His voice had this quiet ache, and songs that used to scream love now echoed loss and reflection. Fans noticed, every lyric, every pause, every subtle shift seemed loaded with meaning. Some songs flipped entirely. Lines that once said, "I'm devoted," now sounded like confessions, and happy tunes got tinged with melancholy. Audiences felt like they were watching a man work through heartbreak live. Some thought Keith was using music to say what he couldn't publicly, while others saw it as just an artist processing change. Either way, the music mirrored his heart. For Nicole, hearing those songs probably hit hard too, memories turned into melody. For Keith, it might have been therapy, turning private pain into something everyone could feel. He never explained the change, but one thing was clear: sometimes the heart speaks loudest when it's hidden in a song. 7. The not true denial side. As rumors about those secret texts kept swirling, Keith finally spoke up, calm, not angry. In Hello magazine, he told fans to stop reading too much into it. No defensiveness, no drama, just a guy tired of every lyric, look, and pause being twisted into gossip. That one line changed the conversation. He reminded the world that music shows emotion, not confessions. A song can capture a feeling, not the full truth of a relationship. With care, Keith separated his art from the rumors and controlled his narrative. Subtle but powerful. Nicole, meanwhile, stayed classic, silent. No confirmations, no denials. Her calm, measured quietness spoke volumes. In a world where everyone's scrambling to comment, Nicole looked untouchable, like she didn't owe anyone an explanation. To this day, no verified screenshots, leaks, or official proof of the secret texts exist. The story lives in whispers. Maybe that's exactly how they want it, a mystery kept in silence, not stretched out by explanations. Quick reminder, subscribe now so you don't miss the next twist in this wild Hollywood saga. 8. Insider sources and leaks. Every rumor has a starting point, and in Hollywood, it's never innocent. The whispers about Keith Urban's secret texts didn't just pop up. They started as quiet murmurs in the celeb echo chamber, morphing with each retelling. Unnamed friends and close sources hinted Nicole got blindsided, dropping hints about heartbreak and distance that weren't meant for the public. Whether those accounts held truth or were born from speculation, once the first headline dropped, the story took off and started running wild. From there, the convo shifted. It wasn't about what the messages supposedly said anymore, but why they even popped up. Some folks thought it was just a media stunt, a calculated move to own the entertainment news cycle. Others suspected something way more personal, emotional payback, an attempt to grab control, or maybe a move to shape public sympathy during a messy split. And then came the most cynical take. Someone in their inner circle smelled opportunity in chaos, leaking bits of private pain for clicks, relevance, or straight-up cash. In the fame game, privacy is just a fragile illusion. Every assistant, makeup artist, and tour manager becomes a potential storyteller, an info. That's currency. One word from someone close to the couple can spark a global frenzy, even if it started as a half-truth overheard in passing. Celebrity culture thrives on this, the unverified, the emotional, the almost believable. So, amid all the noise, one haunting question lingers: if those alleged texts ever existed, who had them, and why spill them now? And here's the kicker: how much of this story was ever meant to see the light of day? Legal, privacy and reputation stakes. When private lives meet public curiosity, the stakes go way beyond feelings, they get legal and reputational. Just the hint of leaked messages between Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman raises privacy, trust, and defamation alarms. In Hollywood, your personal image equals your professional worth. Even unverified claims can leave a scar. People magazine says Nicole and Keith officially split after 19 years of marriage, and apparently had been living apart for months before the news hit. That fact sets the stage for every rumor that followed. But aside from that, both stars are radio silent, no interviews, no clarifications, no public defense. It's strategic. Protect what's left of their privacy by not feeding the rumor mill. For Keith, it's not just gossip, it's about keeping it real. His identity as a musician relies on emotional honesty. Hidden texts or secrets that can cloud his image, turning heartfelt lyrics into subjects of scrutiny. For Nicole, it's all about perception. Her grace and professionalism are her trademarks. Any hint of betrayal or weakness could mess with that legacy. Legally, if any private messages got exposed without consent, it could open doors to lawsuits or breach confidentiality, especially during such a high-profile split. That's why silence isn't dodging, it's smart protection. They get to manage fallout quietly instead of dragging it through public courts. For now, both are sticking to discretion, a subtle flex in a world addicted to drama. What's coming and why it matters. Now that the frenzy is starting to chill, the big question: what's next for Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban? Will either of them ever address the secret texts that had the world buzzing, or will time just bury it under new projects and fresh beginnings? In celeb relationships, silence can either kill speculation or make it louder. Right now, both stars seem focused on getting back to normal. Keith's back on stage, pouring emotion into his shows, while Nicole keeps filming and attending events with her classic poise. But every move, people are still dissecting it, looking for a lyric, a glance, or an interview line that spills the tea. For now, they are letting their work, not words, tell the story. Still, the mystery around these supposed messages says a lot about how fame and privacy collide. Even if the texts never existed, the rumor alone has changed fan perception, turning their love story into a lesson on how fragile trust is under the spotlight. In today's digital world, gossip spreads faster than the truth, and the line between evidence and imagination is blurred. Whatever really happened, one thing's clear: their story shows that even in glittering Hollywood, emotions are real, and heartbreak doesn't spare the famous. Whether those texts were real or not, they've become symbolic, a reminder that in love and fame, sometimes private echoes last longer than the spotlight itself. So, what do you think? Were the texts legit, or just another Hollywood illusion? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy stories and updates.